Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm your host, Samara X, and today we are diving deep into a topic that is often misunderstood, highly stigmatized, but incredibly important: borderline personality disorder, or BPD. Many people hear the word borderline and think of instability or drama, but the reality is much more complex and much more hopeful. Joining me today is the brilliant mind behind the latest research on our site, Dr. Laura. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thank you so much for having me, Samara. I'm really happy to be here to help clear up some of the myths surrounding BPD.
Let's start right there. You've described BPD in your writing as having emotional third-degree burns. That's such a powerful image. What does that actually mean for someone living with it?
It's a metaphor I use because it helps people understand the sensitivity involved. Just as someone with physical burns lacks skin to protect them from the slightest touch, a person with BPD often lacks the emotional skin to regulate intense feelings. Things that might feel like a minor sting to you or me, like a late text or a perceived slight, can feel like a catastrophic injury to someone with BPD. Their emotions hit harder, faster, and stay longer.
That sounds exhausting. And I know people often confuse BPD with bipolar disorder. As the author of this piece, Dr. Laura, could you explain the key difference?
It's the most common question I get. The biggest difference is timing. In bipolar disorder, mood episodes like mania or depression usually last days or weeks. But in BPD, we see micro-episodes. A person can feel suicidal in the morning, euphoric by lunch, and filled with rage by dinner. It's much more reactive to what's happening in their relationships.
Right, like that fear of abandonment you mentioned. Is it true that people can have a quiet version of this?
Yes, exactly. While some people act out with anger, those with quiet BPD act in. They experience that same perfect storm of self-loathing and pain, but they hide it behind a calm mask. They suffer in silence, which is why awareness is so vital.
Well, let's talk about the light at the end of the tunnel. For a long time, BPD was seen as untreatable, but your article says otherwise.
Absolutely. That is the most important message I want to get across. BPD has a very high rate of remission. With therapies like DBT, Dialectical Behavior Therapy, people learn the skills to build that emotional skin they were missing. In fact, studies show that after 10 years of treatment, the vast majority of patients no longer even meet the criteria for the disorder.
That is so powerful. It's not a life sentence, it's a hurdle that can be managed. Dr. Laura, thank you so much for sharing your expertise and your heart with us today.
My pleasure, Samara. Remember, recovery isn't just a possibility, it's a probability if you stay in treatment.
What a beautiful note to end on. If you found today's conversation helpful, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It helps us reach more people who might be struggling in silence.
We'll see you in the next episode. I'm Samara X, and thank you for listening.